Hey there everyone, PhilChill here and welcome to my channel. Weapons in Stardew Valley are really important, and the rusty sword you get at the beginning is not that reliable against most of the enemies in the game, which you can find in the mines or skull caverns. Today, I will be covering some of the best beginner weapons you can find in the game until you manage to unlock the galaxy weapons in Stardew Valley. But before we begin with the video, if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing as it's free. And it helps me out a lot. So without further ado, let's begin. The first weapon we have is the Forest Sword. It's a really great early game weapon with decent stats, offering 8 to 18 damage, plus 2 speed and plus 2 defense. These stats make this weapon quite great early in the game, since it increases your speed and it offers a higher damage than most of the swords you can buy at the start of the game. It also has a really interesting look since it complements the nature theme of the game. You can get this weapon by breaking barrels and crates on levels 20 to 60 in the mines, or by defeating monsters as a special item drop. The second weapon we have is the Insect Head. It's a sword weapon which is gotten as a reward from the Adventurers Guild after you manage to slay 125 cave insects. The description of the item is a bit nasty as you use the head of your slain foes from the mines, but it offers 10 to 20 damage and also plus 2 speed. As an early game weapon, doing damage upwards of 20 points can be a real time saver for the first stages of the mines, and spending some time in killing all the bugs at the beginning floors to get this weapon can make a big difference along the way. After killing 125 insects, you just go and speak to Gil in the Adventurers Guild and he will give you the weapon. Another really decent beginner weapon that we have is the wooden mallet. This weapon packs quite a heavy punch and it will make it way easier to slay monsters in the mines. It offers 15 to 25 damage with a plus 2 speed and plus 3 weight. This weapon can be obtained relatively early in the game depending on your pace of exploration of the mines. The penalty of 3 weight is offset by the speed it offers, making it quite a light weapon, having a really strong damage. You can get this weapon as a reward for reaching level 40 of the mines, or as a random drop from monsters levels 40 and 70 if you're playing with the remixed mine rewards. Next up we have another really great weapon, which is the steel falchion. This weapon is one of the best weapons in the game for both speed and crit chance, offering 26 to 38 damage, plus 4 speed and plus 20 to critical power. The plus 20 critical power makes the weapon's critical hits overpowered, increasing its damage by a huge margin. The speed it has is also great, making you really fast, helping you deal with swarms of enemies in the mines. To get this weapon, you need to reach level 90 in the mines to be able to purchase it from Marlon for 9000 gold. It can also be found as a random drop from floors 40 plus in the skull caverns. So if you don't have anything better, when you get the chance, get it. Another really decent weapon we have is the bone sword. This sword weapon can be found in the mines from killing skeletons, and it has a 4% drop chance. It is also available for purchase at the Adventurers Guild after you reach level 75 in the mines. It has a plus 4 speed and plus 2 weight, making it quite decent, and you can get this weapon quite early if you're lucky enough for it to drop from the skeletons in the mines. Getting this weapon early on can help you a lot in the early game of the mines, since it will help you clear most of the enemies in the beginning stages of the mines. And yet another weapon that we have for the early start is the Neptune's glaive. This is a weapon only found by fishing, but you need to have fishing level 2 at least in order to find it. You will need to have quite the luck in order to get this weapon, since you will need to find it in a treasure chest. But that can be done even without going to the mines, just by fishing and hoping it appears. It offers 18 to 35 damage with minus 1 to speed but plus 2 to defense and plus 4 to weight, making it a bit more heavy than the rest of the weapons. But even though it's quite slow and a heavy weapon, it's an awesome one for dealing massive damage to tougher enemies. And the plus 2 defense can be quite the bonus to the exploration of the mines. The next really good weapon is the obsidian sword. This weapon is not quite accessible early game since you can get it by reaching level 90 of the mines. But it's a great one for reaching level 120 in the mines and also the early levels of the Skull Caverns. It offers 30 to 45 damage with a debuff of -1 speed, but a buff of +10 critical power, making it so a critical hit can deal huge amounts of damage. While not being an early game weapon, it's still one of the better ones out there in order to complete your journey in the mines and start your Skull Caverns journey. And the last weapons that we will cover are the Galaxy weapons, from which we will cover the sword and the hammer. These weapons are more towards the endgame since they are the best in the game, but I'm covering them since to get one you just need a prismatic shard, and also to have your boss repaired so you can access the desert. And I'm covering this since a lot of players can be quite lucky and find a prismatic shard even in their first year or their first season. The only challenge they will need to face is to repair the boss, but that can be done quite easily as well. After you unlock the boss and go to the desert, you will need to bring your prismatic shard to the ancient altar there, and after you do that, while holding it in your hands, a cutscene will appear and it will give you the Galaxy Sword. After acquiring it, the two other options, which are the Galaxy Hammer and the Galaxy Dagger, will be available for purchase at the Adventurers Guild. The Galaxy Sword is a weapon which offers 60 to 80 damage with +4 speed, which makes this weapon really fast, enabling you to slay multiple enemies in the mines or the Skull Caverns at the same time. The other one is the Galaxy Hammer, which offers 70 to 90 damage, +2 speed, but +5 weight, making it a bit more heavier, but still offering quite a lot of damage and making the Skull Caverns runs a breeze with the high damage. You will be able to purchase this weapon at the Adventurers Guild after getting the Galaxy Sword for 75,000 gold. If you're playing with the remixed mine rewards, you'll get random drops from the chest I mentioned, and most of the chests will hold some better or rare weapons, but that will depend on your luck. But that covers most of the better beginner weapons that you can find at the start of the game. What do you think? Which is your favorite starting weapon from the game, and which one do you like to use the most before obtaining the Galaxy weapons? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like. And if you would like to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out any future videos. Well, that's it from me. I hope you have a great day and I will see you all in my next one. But till then, stay safe.